press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, welcome to history class. Okay, what we have discussed in the last class. In the last class we have discussed the socialism in Europe. Next, in this session we are going to discuss the Russian Revolution. The Russian Revolution. When was it happened? The Russian Revolution, which was happened in 1917. What were the reasons for the Russian Revolution? Russia is one of the biggest country. It lies between the Europe and the Asia. That's why it was called as Eurasia. That's why it is called as Eurasia. In one of the least industrialized of European states, this situation was reversed. In one of the least industrialized of European states, this situation was reversed, and the opposite. It was not a least industrialized society. Socialists took over the government in Russia through October Revolution of 1917. The socialist, we have discussed socialist. Those who are called as socialists always opposed the individual property. They were not like radicals and liberals and conservatives. They wanted equal wages, equal work, and right to voting power. And also, they treated equal society. These socialists took over the government in Russia through October Revolution of 1917. They were called as Mensheviks. Lenin's. After October Revolution 1917, Lenin was the president of Russia who established Socialist Republic in all over the Russia 1917. Before that, in the fall of monarchy in February 1970 and the events of October are normally called as the Russian Revolution. The fall of monarchy system. What is monarchy? A monarchy, the king, he had supreme authority. He was not restricted by any written rules and laws. It was called as monarchy system. A monarchy who ruled over the Russia. In February, there was a revolution which happened. The Russia was ruled by Tsar dynasty. Tsar Nicholas II, who ruled over the Russia, he was called as the Tsar administration. It was called as nationalistic jail. Tsar who exploited the landlords. In return, landlords exploited the peasants. The people of Russia fed up with the administration of Tsar. That's why the people revolted against the government in February 1917, and the events next October. One of the leader who came Russia was called as Lenin. October are normally called as the Russian Revolution. There are two revolutions. The first one is February Revolution. Second one is October Revolution. How did this come about? What were the social and political conditions in Russia when the revolution occurred? What was the social and political conditions? Those who ruled over the Russia, those who ruled the Russia. What was the social and political conditions in Russia when the revolution occurred? To answer these questions, if you answer these questions, let us look at Russia a few years before the revolution. Who ruled the Russia? In 1914, this Russia, the total Russia, it was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II. Who ruled Russia before revolution? One more question. Tsar Nicholas II. Who ruled Russia before revolution, Tsar Nicholas II ruled Russia and its empire. Its empire it was called as Tsar dynasty. It was empire, it was called as Tsar dynasty. The king of Tsar dynasty, the Tsar Nicholas II, their hereditary ruling, the monarchy system which ruled the Russia, the famous king Nicholas II, he ruled Russia besides the territory around Moscow. Here you can understand, you can identify where is Moscow here. Besides the territory, all these territories were called as Soviet Russia. Those which were the place, the first one is Moscow, and Moscow, the Russian empire. Besides the territory around Moscow, Moscow the ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ around the Moscow, the Russian empire. Around the Moscow, the Russian empire included current day Finland. Here you can understand Finland, you can see Finland. Next Latvia, Finland, Latvia. Next Lithuania. Next Estonia, and next parts of Poland. Next Ukraine, and next Belarus. These were called as Russian Empire. Which places were called as Russian Empire? The first one is Moscow, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and next to Ukraine, Belarus, and Ukraine, parts of Poland. Okay, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, parts of Poland, next to Belarus, Ukraine, and Moscow. These are called as Russian Empire. It is structured to the Pacific Ocean. Here, this is the Pacific Ocean. In downside, there is a Pacific Ocean. In this side, and next these are all in this side Pacific Ocean, and comprising today's Central Asian states. Here also in this side comprising today's Central Asian states as well as Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, those which were called as Asian states, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, the majority religion was Russian Orthodox Christianity. There were three sects of Christianity. The first one is Catholics. Second one is Protestants. Third one is Orthodox. Orthodox, which means orthos, right, doxa, belief. Greek word. It was derived from Greek word. Ortho means right, doxa means belief, correct belief or right thing according to them. Those Orthodox Church which had grown out of the Greek. Here, this is the Greek country. The Orthodox Church, it was grown out of the Greek. It was basically grown in Greek church, but the empire also included Catholics in this area. Those who are living, the first one is Orthodox Church, Catholics, Protestants, Muslims, and Buddhists. These religions were living in this area, were inhabitants of this area. And next, he was a Tsar Nicholas II. He was the king of Russia. Economy and society. At the beginning, next concept name is economy. What was the situation of economy? What was the situation of society? At the beginning of 20th century, the vast majority of Russia's people were agriculturists. Beginning of 20th century, the vast majority of Russia's people, they were agriculturists. Agriculture was one of the main occupation of the people of Russia. About 85% of the Russian empire's population earned their living from agriculture. 85% of the Russian empire's population earned their living from agriculture. 85%. How many percent? 85%. In which occupation they were making? They were making agriculture as their occupation. This problem was higher than in most European countries. the proposition was higher than in most European countries. The agriculture which was practiced in this area higher than European countries. For instance, in France and Germany, the proportion was between 40 and 50%. Only for 40 and 50 percentage in Germany, and between 40 and 50 percentage. Only for agriculture, it was making in German and France only for 40 and 50%. In the proposition of Russia, 85% is. Okay, and next, in this empire, cultivators produce the market as well as for their own needs. And Russia was major exporter of grain. In the empire, cultivators produced the market. Cultivators produced in these cultivators produced for the market as well as own their needs for livelihood, for their meals. And Russia was major exporter of grain. Grain anna export ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. Industry was found in pockets. All industries gathering one place, that was called as pocket industry. There are many industries. Prominent industrial areas were St. Petersburg and Moscow. One more question: which were the prominent industrial areas in Russia? The first one is Petersburg. Second one is Moscow. These are the two important industrial centers. These were the important industrial center. And next, craftsman undertook much of the production, but large factories existed alongside craft workshops. Craftsmen, which means those who make craft work undertook much of the production. All production which was undertaken by craftsmen, but large factories existed alongside craft workshop, which means a training center of industries, industrial workers. Many factories were set up in 1890s, where Russia railway network was extended. Many factories were set up in the 1890s. So many factories were set up in the 1890s when Russia's railways network was extended and foreign investment in industry increased. Foreign investment, which means investment, other foreigners, different countries who invested on industries in Russia, that is called as foreign investment, in order to gain the money. Here also in India, there are multiple, means MNC companies are there, like that. Coal production doubled and iron and steel output quadrupled. Coal production doubled. Yeah, why? Because railway network was extended. Railway which carries coal from one place to another place. And the market, there was a market in the coal production, that's why coal production doubled and iron and steel output quadrupled, which means 4 ಪಟ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು iron and steel. Why? Because railway network was extended and foreign investment, there was a foreign investment and railway network was extended. That's why coal production doubled, iron and steel output quadrupled. By the 1900s, in some areas factory workers and craftsmen were almost equal in number. Workers and craftsmen were always equal in number. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ equal ಆಗಿತ್ತು. Workers as well as and next craftsmen, those two members were equal in number. And next, most industry was the private property of industrialists. Most industry was the private property of industrialists. Most industry was the owner of industries, private individual person was the owner of industries. Okay, na? The industries were controlled by, were led by individual person or private property. The government, even though government supervised large factories to ensure minimum wages according to government rules and regulation, even though the industries were the owner of industries, that is private, most industries was the private property of industries, even though government has prepared rules and regulations, laws, supervise large factories to ensure minimum wages according to government. The every private industrialist, he had to provide minimum wages. In India also, similarly in India we can see the minimum wages that can be given to workers according to minimum wages act. There also in Russia also there was a minimum wages which was supervised by government and limited hours of work. There was a limited hours of work. Then there was a 12 hours per day. They had to work in the industries. That is the limited hours of work. But factory inspectors could not prevent rules being broken. Factory inspectors, there was a factory inspectors. Here we can see the industrial department. Like there was a factory inspectors could not prevent. The factory inspectors could not prevent rules being broken. The rules were being broken by individuals or company owners or industrial owners, industrialists. ಇದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಡೆಯಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. That's why as a result in craft units and small workshops the working days was sometimes 15 hours compared with 10 or 12 hours in factories. That is common, 10 or 12 hours they had to work in the factory. But here there was a very bad situation for workers and laborers in Russia before the revolution. They were hardshiping to get money in the factories. They wanted to work 15 hours. This was a rules being broken by the industrialists. Accommodation varied from rooms to dormitories. Dormitories, which means a largest long bedroom. Here this is called as dormitories. Working, sleeping in bunkers in a dormitory in pre-revolutionary Russia. After the working hours, they wanted to take rest. Here, this is one of the very worst place. They slept in shifts and could not keep their families with them. They could not keep their families with them. Okay, accommodation varied from rooms to dormitories. Okay, I hope you have understood. This is the situation that could be seen in Russia pre-revolutionary period. And workers were divided as social groups. There were two groups. Workers were divided as social groups. The first one group is some had a strong links with the villages from they came. Some had strong links with the villages. Some had strong links with the villages from which they come. So many peoples who had come from villages, and they had strong links with villages. ವಿಲೇಜ್ಗಳಿಂದಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು, from which they came. Others are settled in cities permanently. Workers were divided by skill. First one is a metal workers, their skill. Here we can see that two different groups, social groups. The first one is village group, second one is cities group. Okay, here workers were divided by skill in the add ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The first one is a metal worker, those who works on metal such as iron, steel, brass. They were called as metal worker of St. Petersburg, recalled Metal workers consider themselves aristocrats among the other workers. Their occupation demanded more training and skill. Metal workers, those who were called as metal workers, aristocrats. Aristocrats, which means those who were owning the land ownership and next to the highest position of the society, they were called as aristocrats. Aristo, which means autocrats. They did not take any votes. Okay. These aristocrats, they were metal workers. Consider these metal workers here. These metal workers considered as themselves aristocrats among the other workers. Their occupation demanded more training. Those who were working in metallic, they wanted to take more training and skill. They wanted to take more training and skill. And next to, when women made up 31% of the factory labor, only for 100%. Here you can see that this picture, 100%, only 31%, only a quarter percent, 31% of the factory labor force by 1914. The women did not participate in the work, but they were paid less than men, between half and 3/4 of a man's wage. Here you can see this picture, it clearly expresses there was a discrimination between men and women. There was a discrimination between men and women by paying the wages. In paying the wages, there was a discrimination between men and women. Women made up how many percentage? Made up 31% of the factory labor, but they were paid less. They were paid by less than men. How many they have? They have been paid. They had been paid only for half of a man's wage, or 3/4 or mukkalu bhaga of man's wage. Divisions among workers showed themselves in dress and manners too. Divisions among workers. It was not only paying wages. It was not only the strength of workers in the industries. It was also, it could be seen, the divisions among the workers showed themselves in dress also. Men, those who were working in the industries, they were having good dress. They showed very neatness and manners also. Manners means respect kuda, neetilu kuda chanagittu. This is one of the reasons for the Russia Revolution. What is the reason? A discrimination between men and women. Some workers formed associations to help members in times of unemployment or financial hardships. Some workers formed associations. You can see in Karnataka, in India also, there were many associations. There are many associations. Karnataka Rajya Raita Sangha, Kannada Rakshana Vedike, Rajya Kisan Sangha, Kisan Association, Karnataka Rakshana Vedike. These are all the associations which can be seen over the Karnataka. And next to KSRTC Association, BMTC Association, Teachers Association. Why did they form? Why have they formed this association in Karnataka? Because they wanted their demand. They struggled against government in order to fulfilling their demands. In their Russia also, then some workers formed associations. These associations to help members in times of unemployment. Those people, when they out of the work, they were being out of the work and financial hardships, but such associations were few. Okay, why did they form their association? To help members in times of unemployment or financial hardships. Okay, and next to, Despite divisions, workers did not unite to strike work. Despite divisions of workers did not unite to stop work when they disagreed with employees about dismissals or work condition. Despite these divisions, what are the divisions which could be seen? The first one is unequal wages pay both men and women. Women is lesser than men. Men is lesser than men. And next to divisions among workers showed themselves in dress and manners too. Okay, despite the divisions, workers did unite to strike work. Did unite? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಯುನೈಟ್ ಆದರು ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ವರ್ಕ್. Why did they unite? Because when they disagreed with employees about dismissals or work conditions. What is dismissals? Dismissals which means ಕೆಲಸದಿಂದ ಹೊರ ತೆಗೆದಾಕ್ತದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ you have to stop. They order against the industrialist. You have to stop the dismissals without any information or work conditions or work condition. There was a bad condition of working condition. The wage it was very less. There was no security of job, and next the laborers and workers had to work 15 hours in daily. This work condition it was very bad. There was no facility which was given by industrialist as well as government. That's why all workers unite to strike work, stop work when they disagreed with employees about dismissals or work conditions. These strikes took place frequently in textile industry. These strikes took place frequently in textile industry during 1896 1897 and in the metal industry during 1902. Okay, these strikes took place frequently in textile industry during 1896 and 1897 and in the metal industry during 1902. Okay, and next to in the countryside peasants cultivated most of the land which was cultivated by peasants, but the nobility, the crown and the Orthodox Church owned large properties. Those who were owning the large properties of land, the first one is nobility, and next one is crown which means king, and next one is Orthodox Church. These three members were having the land ownership, not peasants. He had to cultivate the land only. He had to get land from nobility and crown as a rent agi tagobekaitu, but the land ownership it was being taken by nobility, crown and Orthodox. Who was the owner of land ownership in Russian situation before revolutionary periods? The nobility, the crown and the Orthodox Church. Like workers, peasants too were divided. They were also deeply religious, but except in few cases they had no respect for the nobility. Like workers, peasants too were divided. Avannu kuda divide madidru. They were also deeply religious, but except in few cases. Andre avaru kuda dharmavanna bala namta idru. Few cases they had no respect for the nobility. Nobility ge yav respect anna kodta irilla. Nobles got their power and position through their services to the czars, not through local popularity. Nobles got their power. Nobles which means that is another section, that is another society. It was highly respectable by common people in France, not in the Russia. Nobles got their power and position through their service to the Tsar. How did they get their power and position? Through their service to the Tsar. One last question. How did the nobles get their power and position? Through their service to Tsars, not through local popularity. Local popularity ashtagiridilla. Always the people opposed nobles. This was unlike France, where during the French Revolution in Brittany, peasants respected nobles and fought for them. It was unlike France. What is the situation of France during the French Revolution? In Brittany, peasants respected nobles and fought for them. ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಪೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ನೋಬಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರಷ್ಯಾ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ದೇ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್. ಅವರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೋರಾಟವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಯಾರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ? ಫಾರ್ ನೋಬಲ್ಸ್. ಪೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಫಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ nobles, but they did not respect nobles. Frequently, they refused to pay rent and even murder landlords. Here in Russia situation, it was different. They refused to pay the rent. Who refused to? Peasants refused to pay rent and even murdered landlords in 1902. Murdered landlords in 1902. This occurred on a large scale in South Russia. This occurred in a large scale in South Russia. And in 1905, such incident took place all over Russia. The murdering in 1905 all over Russia. Why? Because they fed up with the administration of landlords, with the administration of nobles. Because nobles, they were exploited by kings. Kings exploited the nobles, noble exploited the farmers or peasants. That's why they murdered landlords in 1902. This occurred on a large scale in South Russia. And in 1905, such incident took place all over Russia. Russian peasants were different from other European peasants in another way. Russian peasants were different from other European peasants in another way. They pooled their land together periodically and their commune divided it according to the needs of individual families. They pooled their land together periodically and their commune divided, they wanted according to the need of individual families. Okay, this is total Russian revolution. And next, the situation of Russia, how did the people hardship in Russian society and equal wages. These are all the situation, economic and society situation, which we have been seen in this class. And next we will discuss how Russian revolution occurred. Okay, thank you.